self-governance. And accountability in the quantum system that has been created for the world is about self-governance. And it comes from within. And the neutrality and the kindness that we share to our fellow mankind, it's a different storyline than the division and the hatred and the corporate lies that have slipped into our lives. So I hope that the world sees what I've done and take it serious on the grammar and how to be accountable with that and to learn how to govern themselves. And, there's nothing really out there except for what you deal with yourself, and to learn how to be content with the space in your heart and your mind, and to not be influenced by the outside world, which is a very difficult thing to do these days. The corporate lies have been going on for quite some time. They've started with our kings, our feudalistic systems of czars and empires and dynasties, and how that capture of this feudalistic system would capture lands and capture people, and then put their concepts into their theater, such as taxes and tenant, and really set up this snowball of control. And the people of the world, because they used a concept of feudalism, which means might made right? It didn't have a concept of fairness or closure. And then when you look at closure, you look at having full closure of words, because these words have meanings. And so what I created was placing the words in a now space condition. And I was working with an ex-business partner of mine who died in 2018, David Winkle Miller, and he developed the prepositional phrases. And what I developed is the quantum of the now space, tying it all into the now space. And we formed a partnership way back in 1998. And so I was working with him since 1995. So it was quite a journey to get to this space with him. And, I made choices not to contract with the people that he was under contract with to be with. He had a vision of his job was to educate the top 1% of the 1% of the world. And, and he succeeded in that concept, but in that he lost control of that which he was a part of in 2006. And so anything after that he was doing was just kind of nefarious to divide the people and confuse people. And we see a pretty good job of that worldwide, where people are using the quantum grammar technologies and they're not comprehending that quantum and quantum entanglements of the now space you have to be careful what you say and what you do, because if you call yourself like a coroner or something like that, then you're bringing in death. And the quantum system is about life and about being fruitful and being neutral and being peaceful. So which is opposite of the feudalistic system that was set up contrary to peace and neutrality, but more into might makes right in these maritime contracts, such as our birth certificates and all these usuries that we have entangled ourselves into to participate with, to go buy groceries or go to school or go to the doctor's office or get utilities. All these things were in the shipping containment to control our navigation, where we could go, who said we could get through a certain place, like a port or an entry. And with the grammar, what I didn't mean to do and what was done was, when you disqualify all treaties and trusts on planet Earth with the grammar, because all the grammar was written in future tense and past tense, and you bring it into the now space, when the bad guys got that technology, they then can open it up to call everything borderless, use the grammar against the people. I told David, I says, a very dangerous thing happens when you give nefarious families and nefarious people technology, because they're going to use it for themselves and not give full closure to the general public about what's going on. And I had the conversation with him in 1999 about what happens when someone used quantum grammar and they tell lies. His answer was, well, you'd start a war over it. I said, yeah, but it's not about what I would do. It's about what are you doing about it? And he wouldn't answer the question.